Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're doing a little bit of a different one. Here, let me explain. There's two YouTube codecs. If you right click on this video right now, if you're on desktop, and click on Stats for Nerds down there, over here somewhere in the top here, there should be a black box that comes up, and you need to look for codecs, and it should say vp09. And if you go back to some of my older videos and do the same thing, it should say avc1. What are the differences in these two codecs? avc1 was released in 2005, I believe, when YouTube was released. And I think it was released by Microsoft. And vp09, or vp9, as some people refer to it, came out in 2013. So which is going to look better? The one 2003, 2005, or the one 8-10 years later? Obviously the one 8 or 10 years later. So if you notice that your videos look really good on your computer right after you rendered them, and you're like, yes, perfect quality, and then you upload them and watch it back on YouTube and it's like, it looks like a live stream, you're probably using avc1. And the way vp09 works, or the way YouTube reserves vp09, is vp09 takes a longer time to process. And so if YouTube doesn't think that a bunch of people are going to see the video, then they won't process it in vp09 or vp9. So it'll end up looking pretty bad. So if YouTube, I think it's like 100,000, if YouTube thinks that less than 100,000 people are going to see the video, and it'll be processed in avc1 or acv1. I think it's avc1. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that's unfortunately the way it is, but you can kind of trick YouTube. So the way you do it is by recording your videos to your computer in 720 or 1080p or whatever you do. Like I record in 1080p, and if you go down in the bottom right over here and click on settings, it's like over here somewhere, yeah, right there, click on settings, you should see that you're watching it in 1440p, and I'm only recording in 1080. Well, how does that work? Well, in my editing software, which is Premiere Pro, I upscale the resolution from 1080p to 1440p, and you can also do this in Resolve. I'll show you how to do it in both in this video. But yeah, really quick, I'm gonna jump into my studio, open up two videos that are the same video file. It's just I rendered them at different resolutions. The second video file is still 1080p, but technically, since I rendered it in 1440p, it's technically 1440p, even though it only still looks like 1080p. But the only difference is the 1080p one rendered in avc1, which looks bad, and the 1440p one got processed and rendered or whatever by YouTube in vp9 or vp09, which looks way better. And there's a third codec called av1, which was released by YouTube in 2018, but I'm unsure at the moment how to get that. I'll make another video like this when I know how to get it. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, like, and yeah, so I'm gonna hop into Studio and show you guys the difference really quick. So yeah. Okay, so we're here on the first video. If you guys didn't see, this one is unlisted. Here, let me full screen Chrome really quick. This one is unlisted. The reason for that is because this is the 1080p one, and it's even in the title, avc1 bad quality. I guess I can put the link down below if you guys want to have a direct comparison for yourself. I'll copy and put this link down below in the video description, since it is unlisted. Anyone with the link can see it, so you guys will be able to see it since it's down below in the description and it's unlisted. So let's jump to, I think it was like 8 minutes 21 seconds or something about there. So if we go here, I'm fighting. Look at my face. Oh shoot, I need to turn my camera on for OBS, so give me a sec. Video capture device, there we go. So look at my face, like look at the FPS count. Okay, let me full screen it really quick for you guys. Look, it looks like a YouTube live stream almost. It looks really bad. And if we right click and click on Stats for Nerds, it's using avc1. And it's in 1080p 60. That does not look like 1080p. That looks like 480p. Better than that. It looks like 540p. Which I don't know why yeah, it looks like 540p, which I don't know why YouTube took the option away for 540p, but I guess they did. Like, that's 720p, so that still looks pretty good. And that's 1080p. And if we go over here, and we go to the same timestamp, so about 8 minutes 20 seconds or so. Just wait for it to render. look, it still doesn't look great because YouTube obviously still processes the video and compresses it down, so it does lose a little bit of quality, but it doesn't look as bad. Like that, if I press Control 2, that versus that, like I'd take this any day, like just that we can get like the same second or so. This is within a second margin, so like look at that. That looks so bad. Like the FPS count looks bad, the sky looks bad. Yeah, it looks like a 10K bitrate. It looks like a YouTube live stream pretty much. And this FPS count, it definitely doesn't look great, but it looks 5 times better than this. Like you can't lie. It, like the FPS count, you can actually see it. Like I think that's 105, I'm not sure. This is 128. And the only difference is if we click on stats for nerds, this one's rendered in vp09, and I'm actually still watching in 1080p. So if we go up to 1440p, it looks even better. That actually looks really good. That looks really good. Like that doesn't even look like a live stream at all. That's just how my webcam looks, because I have a pretty bad webcam. But like this looks pretty much like the recording on my computer does. So this is what the game looks like. I don't have the recording on my computer still, unfortunately, but it looks way better. The only difference is we have vp9. Even watching in 1080p 60 on vp9 looks way better, but watching in 1440p 60 on vp09 looks pretty much no quality drop off. But yeah, this definitely, the only difference is vp9, avc1 1080p 60. This is what 1080p 60 looks like on avc1. This is still technically 1080p 60 since it is a 1080p video. I just rendered it in 1440p, but if we click on 1080, it doesn't look as good as 1440p, but it's vp9 and it still looks better. Like it doesn't look great, but it still looks better. Like you can see up here, like that's pretty much gone. And then if we watch in 1440p, boom, even better yet. Like almost no quality drop off at all. So yeah, that's avc1 versus vp9. The only difference is, here, I'll open up my editing software, give me a sec. Okay, so the first thing about this, it's just missing media. I deleted it off. I already have the video rendered and up on my channel. You guys can see it up here. Yeah, here's my timeline sequence thing. And if we press Control M on our keyboards, it should open up the render thing. This is obviously for Premiere Pro, so Control M, come on, Adobe Premiere Pro, offline materials present. Okay, that's fine. We used the offline media graphic. So look, it says it's going to be rendered in 1920 by 1080, which is fine. It looks fine, but it's on the computer. It looks fine. When it uploads to YouTube, it's going to look really bad. So I want to uncheck this, and you want to type in 2560, and then it should do the rest of the work and put in 1440 down there for you. There you go. And then you just click export, and it exports in 1440p, and then you get the vp9 coder. It's simple as that. Not hard to do at all. It's just a simple trick with rendering the video. And yeah, I mean, I also have a preset created with it, so I can just select that and bam. So let's hop into Resolve now, and I'll show you how to do it over there. Alright, so now we're in Resolve. We're just waiting for it to open up the thing I selected. I selected my Fortnite settings video, which you guys can find up here. I deleted my face cam footage, so that's why it says media offline over there. But I already have it rendered. As you can see, it took 46 minutes to render this. So rendering in 1440p does take longer than rendering in 1080p, but it still renders. I mean, if you're rendering anything, it still takes time to do. So yeah, and I think for the quality you get back with YouTube with the different encoders or codecs, it's so worth it. And all you got to do is go over here, click on custom, whatever name you want. Let's do, I'm not even going to export it, so it doesn't matter. I'll leave it in my video exports thing. For instance, I'll use MP4 since that's what I like. And restrict to 80K, or you can do automatic best, but whatever. The only thing is, you want to do this. You want to click on resolution and click on custom. And put in 2560. Resolve doesn't autofill it for you, so then you gotta put in 1440. Add to render queue. Add. You don't have to press add there. That's only if you have missing media. And then start the render. But it could not be processed because I don't have that clip. This clip. So if I can actually, yeah. So it should render for you guys, but it didn't render for me since I don't have this clip. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how you can get way better quality. Like, I did render this in Resolve. I rendered these 2 videos in Resolve 16. Like, look, this is 1080p 60. That does not look like 1080p. It looks like a YouTube. Maybe if you're saying 1080p YouTube live stream or Twitch live stream. But then this, it's also 1080p 60. However, we're watching in quote-unquote 1440p 60 because that's what YouTube thinks it is, since it's technically 1440p, because that's what we rendered it in. But that's a really simple trick. You can also render in 4K or whatever, but it doesn't make a visual difference, and it just makes it take longer to render. So I recommend doing 1440p, and you will get this quality versus this quality, which this is way better. And for like 10 extra minutes on the render, I think this is definitely worth it, especially if you're going at my rate, which is like 3, which is, my average is 6 subs a day. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by 2021. And yeah, that's pretty much just how to get better quality videos on YouTube. Not as, like, obviously if you make shit quality and you have a shit attitude, that's on you, but you can also, if it still looks terrible when you render it at 1440p, there, you just need to up the bitrate in your recording, and it should look better then. But that's pretty much it. And yeah, so if people don't watch your videos because it's you, sorry, I can't help you with that. You have to do that. But if people don't watch your videos because of the quality, this video should have helped you. And if it did, please like and subscribe. And yeah, that's how to make your YouTube videos look better 100% for free and not having a lot of subscribers. So as you can see, I have 955. I don't have a lot of subscribers. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. See you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.